It's Lawback and LaChance with the opening faceoff, and here comes Quinn Hudson. Last year it was Lane and Quinn. This year it's Quinn and Cole. You see the lineup to the top part of your screen here on ESPN2. BU offside at the line. Two Russian goalies going head-to-head. Mikhail Yegorov, he was supposed to spend the entire year in the USHL. BU had goalie problems. They expedited the process and got him here in January. It's been his net ever since. He helped them win the Beanpot over Boston College. And at the other end, it's Arseny Sergeyev as the Penn State goalie as well. So a couple of Russians head-to-head here.
Another USHL grad, Butchie. 79 players in this Frozen Four from that league, so quite a development path we see for all these players.
Turnover, shot, save, Yegorov tries to sweep it out of trouble. Again, the winner plays Western Michigan for the national championship on Saturday. Jack Harvey. Harvey waits, across, shot, save, Sergeyev. Matt Capone gets the first grade A chance for BU.
Capone came alive in the regional. Couple of big goals for BU last week. And he came over from Merrimack in the transfer portal. He's an older guy, played a lot of college hockey games, and you lean on guys like that in these types of moments.
Capone played 3 years at Merrimack. Now BU will be patient behind their own net. Aiden Celebrini, brother of Macklin. Here's Page. This is the 5-6 pair of defensemen for BU. Ben Schoen from Maumee, Ohio out there now, centering his third line with Dylan Lugris and Nick DeGraves. There's a hard flying hit by DeGraves, but here comes the dangerous Cole Eisman. He has a ripper of a shot between the legs. Thought he got a hook in there, didn't get it. NCHC officials for this game. As now Eisman tries to avoid the hold. Here comes the speedy Danny Jania out of Brooklyn, New York, his 4th year as a Nittany Lion. The dangerous Fink looking for his first postseason goal this year, number 18, 7th round pick of Nashville. Here's Cole Hudson, he's fun to watch, number 44. Jania down the wall, Fink falls down, gets back up. To the point, Mack, quick shot, deflected slowly wide.
Move him. Loose.
Shane LaChance will chop this down the ice. This will be icing on BU.
A couple of opportunities early in this hockey game, and Penn State doing a good job of getting it on the forecheck, keeping their feet moving, and that's what Guy Godowski wants to see out of his team. And there's the Capone chance, a beautiful little shot from the soft area by number 15 in white. And a couple of good saves by both goaltenders early in this first period.
This line's been really strong for Penn State. Serrato, DeMarsico, Wiebusch.
They're probably the hottest line in the country from a point standpoint over the last 2 months.
Cole Hudson, always thinking offense. His teammates got to be ready to cover for him. He'll roam all the way around the ice. Jimmy Dowd Jr. Dad won a Stanley Cup and a national championship. Jim Dowd. Lake Superior State in the doubles, of course.
And it's number 6 for Penn State. He's another guy. He likes to get up in the play, likes to play offense. He runs their top power play unit, so you got to keep an eye and know where he is at all times, the former New Jersey Titan.
Jack Hughes reverses twice, trying to get away from Casey Almond. Hughes still has it. Quick shot! High and wide as Ryan Green had a good look. Jack Harvey. Turnover. Penn State. Beating Peters now with Tyler Paquette and Dane Dowiak. Dowiak had 3 goals in the Allentown Regional. He was the MOP for Penn State.
Dowiak does a little bit of everything for this Nittany Lions group. He'll take face-offs, he'll kill penalties. They move him up the lineup when they need to. One of those good 200-foot all-around types of guys.
'Keaton Peters, he'll dump and he'll chase. Yegorov rides the dasher perfectly. Rukanakis, big strong player, bad angle shot into the net. Flying as Amin and Tristan Amante collide.
Yeah, some good size on this line for BU. Rukanakis, 230 pounds as he shoots a off-angle shot, and Tristan Amante just driving the net. And I'm sure you recognize the last name Amante. He was a legendary BU Terrier himself, had a long career in the National Hockey League, and the second-generation Terriers just keep cruising along.
Yeah, Dad Tony, Mom Lori. Face off to the left of Sergeyev. Brandon Svoboda. He won a Clark Cup in the USHL with Youngstown. Yeah.
Two different teams, Butchie.
Yeah, he won one with Youngstown with LaChance. Dangerous pass in front by Hudson. But BU gets it out of there. That's going to be icing on Penn State. Crespo did not have the red line. Arseny Sergeyev, Flames 7th round pick, .918 save percentage. Big boy, 6'3", 195.
Yeah, and he's familiar with this BU Terrier team, a transfer from UConn, from Hockey East. He's come into Penn State. He's given them stability between the pipes, something they have missed the last couple of seasons. And I got to tell you, he makes this Penn State team play with a lot of confidence, knowing they have him back there in the pipes.
BU beat him 3 times when he was a Husky at UConn. So they've seen him before. Lugris sends it in. Comes to Gavin McCarthy. He plays with Cole Hudson.
There he goes, winding it up.
Here comes Cole. Shot. Oh boy, that handcuffs Sergeyev. Yzerman, first round pick of the Islanders. Cole Yzerman. Here comes Laubach. Reese Laubach. Across, fake! Oh, wide. Still looking for his first postseason goal. Puck went on edge. Fink is flying tonight. He is revved up. 20-year-old from Alberta. Second year. Last year, 15 goals. Jumped up to 23 this year. Boumedian, just 18 years old. Youngest player in college hockey. Number 78 in white. Shane LaChance. Grandfather is Jack Parker. Pass to Green. No. Here come the Nittany Lions. Weebush drives the net. Serrato waits. Deflected wide. And here comes Green with it. He'll chip it out of danger. Snow starting to pile up already in front of the benches. Quinn Hudson can't get it. And Weebush will send it up. One touch passing nicely. Serrato, DeMarsico, but that one too many. And read nicely by LaChance, who steals it and sends it down.
There's a lot more room out here in this game, Butchie. It just seems like the middle of the ice is a lot more open than that Denver Western Michigan game. Not as physical either. There's just more flow to it early.
Yeah, this is a matchup that should be entertaining with lots of room and chances. Shot from the point blocked. BU has it. Shot, kick, save, and a beauty off the Capone shot. He had a big goal against Cornell. Capone. That was kept onside, barely. Hughes, Harvey, Capone out there. Celebrini down the wall hard. BU gets it back. Jack Hughes, shot, save, Sergeyev.
Penn State, keep an eye on Aiden Fink. He'll get up the ice. He'll fly down that left side, that delay play. Penn State with their best opportunity of the period. And the second semifinal is underway. Zeros, 7 minutes in.
BU's goalie Mikhail Yegorov was supposed to play in the USHL all year long for the Omaha Lancers. That was the plan, but suddenly BU needed a goalie, and they went to Yegorov. He had to stay in the Bahamas while he waited for his student visa. Got that. Flew to Boston and began his BU trek, and it's been his net ever since.
He's been a difference maker for this Boston University Terrier team from day one. Before he ever played a game for BU, he took a 2-minute minor against BC.
Yes.
It was the only goal that he happened to let in that game, but he has not looked back. He has been the missing piece that they've been looking for the last couple of seasons.
No rookie laps allowed. His career began shorthanded. BC scored too, right?
Against BC, yeah. Yeah, you're not allowed to go out onto the ice until the refs go out. The door was open at Connie Forum, which is where Boston College plays. We're not sure if there was foul play there or not. That's to be determined, but they started shorthanded, and I think they lost that game 2-0 with an empty netter, so nothing like getting thrown into the fire.
Here come the Terriers now. 3 wide. Bednarik, Eisman, that passes behind him. Camille Bednarik. Kaplan's got to chip it towards Eisman. Couldn't get it through. Yeah, Teddy Stiga scored 24 seconds into that game, and then Leonard scored later. It was a 2-0 BC win.
Okay, 2-0. Yeah, that's what I thought.
But then Yegorov went on a heater, highlighted by the Beanpot win. Now Penn State threatening. Here's Fink. Again, he's been off to a flying start. Just at some point, needs to keep his composure as the pushing and shoving around the net. This is a talented BU team with multiple first and second round picks, Colby.
Yeah, they certainly are not without talent. Tom Willander, a guy you don't talk about a lot. He's like the 11th overall pick by Vancouver. What a sturdy defenseman he is. And Jay Pandolfo, no stranger to winning, no stranger to developing high-end talent. And this roster is certainly littered with guys that we will see playing in the National Hockey League, some as early as next week.
Again, Pandolfo 3 for 3 as a head coach, reaching the Frozen Four for BU, and 4 for 4 as a player. Back in the 90s. Boumediene. He'll be a likely first-round pick this summer, number 78.
Yeah, he came into BU as a 17-year-old defenseman. And boy, has he developed from the start of the year to now, a different player. And a lot of the credit goes to that man right there, Jay Pandolfo, who has worked in the National Hockey League. He's worked in college. And Sasha Boumediene has been tremendous for this BU team, playing upwards of 20-plus minutes a night down the stretch.
And again, Pandolfo's son, Sam, was named to the U.S. National Under-17 development team. So he'll head to Plymouth, Michigan, and begin his development into a high-end, likely D1 college hockey player.
I wonder if BU will recruit him.
They got the inside edge, I think. Mom's pancakes could be the deciding factor.
Yeah. Power play time.
Cole Hudson now. Looking. He's double teamed along the wall, and Aman hit hard by Amani, but Hudson gets it back. Trying to shed a tackler. Saves Sergeyev. Hudson threw it back for net. Hudson again. He's trying to shoot. 2 swings and misses. Kept in. Off the bench. A fresh Capone as Sergeyev makes the save in traffic.
Well, sometimes you wonder if the guy plays with double-sided tape on his stick. Takes the hit from Dowiak. He gets the puck back. Watch the reverse hit on Dowiak. And then it's the shot, the second shot. It is just incredible how this guy controls the puck. He always moves forward. Even when he defends, he's constantly moving forward. He reminds me of Scott Niedermayer, the way he just roams around the ice. It's very positionless.
Second-round pick of the Washington Capitals.
How did they make the same mistake the NHL that they made with Lane?
Right.
How could you make that mistake twice and overlook a Hudson? It just blows my mind.
Yeah, just obviously the smallish stature as a defenseman is not some NHL GM's cup of tea.
Yeah, well, they're going to be drinking empty cups for a while.
They are.
As Lane dances on to a Calder trophy, and I'm sure Cole won't be far behind.
A playoff series and likely against Cole Hudson's Washington Capitals. Looks like it's Canadiens Capitals in the first round. Lane Hudson and Cole Hudson, teams that drafted them. Here comes Serrato. He's flying. Serrato off wing, around the net. Serrato going for a skate. Throws it to space as he was close to losing the puck outside the blue line. Still battling. Here comes Cole Eiserman again. Don't want to give him room to shoot. That's the scouting report on him.
Good stick there by Jimmy Dowd. Keeping a wide base with his feet, keeping stick on puck on Eiserman, and just not giving him the opportunity to pull the trigger there. That's number 6 in blue. He's a good defender for Penn State.
Green goes wide. Green towards the net. Around stops. You get 2 fresh defensemen. One is Hudson. Shot! Eiserman tried to redirect it. That looked like a sharp pass from Cole Hudson off the bench. Saw Cole Eiserman on the doorstep. Cole to Cole. Almost worked.
And Boston University starting to find their rhythm offensively. Ryan Green getting on his edges. Cole Hudson finding that soft spot. We are locked at 0.
What a year for Penn State athletics. You saw the women's volleyball team. The football team played in 3 college football playoff games. The men's wrestling team won their 4th straight team title. And don't forget the men's gymnastics team. They're a strong unit. They'll be competing in the NCAA championships last week. But it was the women's volleyball team especially that really gave inspiration to the men's hockey team when they were down and out in January. Well, more on that story in a minute with Quint. But great to see these fellow athletes take inspiration from each other.
Yeah, Penn State has one of the most incredible athletic programs in all of sports, really. As Sergeyev handles that one not cleanly, and that might have been offsides, Butchie. That's kind of why I paused there. And if that shot goes in, I think they're looking at that one again.
Play through the play, please, Cohen. Okay, play through the play. Play to the whistle. No score midway through the first here. A little choppy, eh, Colby?
A little bit choppy at times. I think both teams still really looking for their footing.
Trying to digest those crustables. That can take a period or 2. Boumedian skates out. Nice crisp pass. Capone, he's been good tonight. Got his stick tangled up. And Christensen as he tried to dangle around him. Hughes fires, big save, Sergeyev. That was good hockey for the Terriers, and a really good save by Sergeyev. Quint, more on the hockey-volleyball connection.
So the women's volleyball team wins their 8th title in December, but in the semifinals against Louisville, they were down 2-0, down 20-16 in the 3rd set, and somehow on their last lifeline, they won, reverse sweeped, and then won the national championship. But their coach, Katie Schumacher-Cawley, reached out. The hockey players actually reached out to her. She gave a talk, basically a question and answer for this hockey team. And they came up with staying true to yourself, staying positive, and staying calm. The key to the volleyball comeback. And it's been part of this Penn State hockey season.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, the word inspirational is what comes to mind when I think of Guy Gadowski, the head coach for Penn State. He's got a little Ted Lasso in him. He loves the fun stuff. He loves to believe, and you know his players will go through a wall for him because of the respect that he gives them and the way that he treats these guys here at Penn State.
It's been a while, though, since they got a shot on goal. Offensively, they haven't quite figured it out. Hard shot, Boumedian was blocked. Quick shot, bounces wide. Jack Hughes now gets it. He's pinned there by Jimmy Dowd. Terriers have been carrying the play for most of the first. Hughes spinning away. What a pass! Oh, good stick play. Harvey trying to bank it in off Sergeyev. What a pass by Jack Hughes, creating to Harvey. Hughes has it back. Leads for Jack Harvey. This line is kind of feeling it.
And when BU gets to their cycle game and they make those high plays in the top of the offensive zone, there's so much movement in their attack. They create a lot of confusion defensively. So if you're Penn State, you've got to make sure you communicate. You're talking about either staying with your guy, making that switch, but again, it's got to be stick on puck and it's got to be crisp defensively.
Ice tilted a bit in favor of the Terriers. Page slaps the puck around, collides with her teammate. And now Penn State again a little bit on their heels here in the opening period. Their first Frozen Four period in school history.
I mean, it's so big having Penn State here. You talk about growing the game. I mean, Penn State.
Shots! Yagora wasn't sure he had it out of nowhere. Casey Amon available.
Yeah, that one looked like it sort of handcuffed big Mike Yagorev in front of the net. Here's the play you love, Butchie, the little cutback and just creating space. If you're a forward below the goal line and you can find 2 to 3 feet of space to make a little seam pass like that, and Jack Harvey, give him credit for seeing that hole. He dives into that hole, and they hook up for that little slip play around the net, and another good save by Sergeyev.
First shot on goal in 11 minutes, 22 seconds for Penn State. They're the better face-off team in this game, and they win that one. However, Quinn Hudson jumps on the puck, and BU exits the zone. Shane LaChance battling on the wall, big body. And the Lions get it out with under 7 minutes to go in the opening frame. Aiden Celebrini to Jack Page. There's LaChance. Hudson, quick shot is wide. Green tries to get it, can't, and now Penn State breaks out now with some speed. Serrato's down, no penalty called. Penn State fans boo. Here comes Ryan Green, he can skate and he can shoot. And Sergeyev now keeping the game scoreless.
Well, sometimes at home, everybody's wearing the stripes, but no better view to see right from the official camera, right in the chest of how that last one looked. And it looked like Quinn Hudson just kind of leaned on Serrato a little bit as he caught an edge and went down. But I think you like to see the officials in these games, Butchie, just let the guys play 5-on-5.
Yeah, that was a good view there. That really showed you from his angle, he couldn't see anything there. There wasn't a grab, there wasn't an arm in front. And it is different ice level than what we can see from our primary camera at hockey games. Saves Sergeyev again. Kept in by Cole Hudson. Don't want to give him time and space. Still has it. And he gets poked away by Lawback, who gives him a little whack. Now Hudson trying to make a south pass. That's a dangerous play. Just onside. Here comes Penn State.
Jared Crespo, number 24, he was entering the zone late for Penn State, banging his stick. He really wanted that, and he had a point. He was wide open as a secondary look for Penn State.
Penn State trailed 1-0 in both games of the Allentown Regional, so if BU were to score first, it's not the end of the world to Penn State.
Yeah, I think Penn State's just settling in. They've never been here before. You got to give them 20 minutes to find their footing. This one's going to go down for icing.
So we talk a lot about Cole Hudson, the second-round pick, but Brother Quinn has really developed. He's a New Year's Day baby. January 1st, 23 years old, 23 goals for Quinn Hudson.
Yeah, and this team does not lose a lot of games when Quinn Hudson scores. I believe they're 37-6 over Quinn's 3 years here at BU when he scores a goal. And I got to tell you something. When BU season ends, you're going to see Quinn Hudson in the National Hockey League this year. So there'll be Lane and there will be Quinn.
DeGrays jumps on that face-off, and here comes Fink. Fink lobs it. This might be icing. Ooh. It took a crazy bounce and actually didn't go over the end line, but kind of a quick whistle on the icing, and BU will get the offensive zone face-off. Penn State, since becoming a D1 program in the 2012-2013 season, they made 4 appearances in this tournament, 2017, 2018, 2023, and this year they won the Big Ten tournament under Guy Godowski just once in 2018. They won the regular season crown in 2020.
It was an overtime loss to Michigan. They almost got to the Frozen Four.
Yep.
I did their game years ago in Cincinnati against Denver on their run to a national championship, where that was a bit of a shootout type of game. So Penn State's been close. It's really impressive how quick Guy Godowski has built up this program.
Ben Schoen loses, and here's Kaplan to throw it in. Sergeyev's been busy. He stopped it for Casey Amon. To Simon Mack. Here comes DeMarsico between the legs. DeMarsico to the net. Off the side of the net. Another pass in front. Mack fires towards legs, hoping to get a deflection. Wrap around. Swept out of there by Green. The best pressure of the game for Penn State. Serrato, he's got an 8-game point streak, number 15. Marsico hits Green on the wall, and a nice clean pass by BU gets it out of trouble, but Page hits the skate of Webush.
That was Penn State hockey right there. They create off the rush, they go to work, they cycle. You saw the speed and the quickness. They go for the jam play, and they'll like that on this Penn State bench.
Green as LaChance goes to the net. Hudson takes it. The dangerous Cole Hudson. Waiting on the line change, reverses course. Shifts again, shot. Short side high. Gavin McCarthy keeps it in along the wall. Cole Hudson will go change now. Boumediene hits the ice. He's got a fresh pair of legs. Quinn Hudson shot deflected high off the glass by Capone. Penn State will try again under 4 minutes left in the opening period. As Capone again applies the pressure. 3 minutes and 27 seconds left in the opening frame. As the Penn State Nittany Lions get their first taste of the Frozen Four against the storied program of the Boston University Terriers and their 5 national championships.
Coach, what is most concerning about the place thus far?
I don't know if it's concerning. I think you got a little feeling out, obviously. I think that's to be expected. This is going to pick up.
Well, what's most pleasing then?
That we're here. Are you kidding me? We're here in St. Louis and playing. That's the best part.
Thank you, Coach.
Born in downtown
man.
Edmonton, Dad was a teacher, Mom a librarian, and he's an absolute Western Canadian, cut the cloth of Barry Melrose beautician.
He is the best. I mean, you just see the positivity, right? And I love the facial expression he gave to Quinn when Quinn asked him the original question, like, what are you talking about? We're not concerned on this bench. Look, Penn State has fought uphill for months. This team has so much belief. And when you think about why, it's that guy right on your screen, Guy Gadowski. He is the leader. He is the head coach. He is the builder of this program. And I just haven't met more optimistic people in the hockey world in my life.
Again, he's a player at Colorado College. See if his Penn State team can pick it up. He mentioned the feeling out process, and he predicts this game will pick up and his squad will get going. Three minutes to go here in the opening period. Western Michigan won game 1 in double overtime over the defending champion Denver Pioneers, so we will have a new champion in 2025 and a chance of a first-time champion. Of course, if Penn State were to win this game, we're guaranteed another first-time champion. Turnover. Hudson.
Oh, Green wasn't ready for that.
He thought for sure Quinn was going to shoot it. Block shot. DeMarsico. McCarthy falls down. 2-on-1. Here comes Penn State's chance. Fink. Fink. Save. Yegorev. That would have been a huge goal for Penn State. Fink again. Here they come. DeMarsico and Serrato. Cole Hudson gets it out of danger.
Penn State's got to use the momentum of the last couple of shifts. Their game, they're starting to get to it. You see the speed, you see the skill.
Devin Kaplan backhands it. He'll have it with room. He got a man wide open. Yzerman can't find him. He couldn't count the puck. Tries the net. Saves Sergeyev as it rode up his chest and stayed out. Hudson pulls the man down. Play continues. Good stick by McCarthy. Bednarik pokes it up to Kaplan, who's got some room. He makes a nice move. Still has it. Looking for a Boumediene. Boumediene throws it to an area. Yzerman was covered. Pass was off the mark anyway. 3-on-3 hockey at the other end while other players trail behind. Bouncing dangerous puck next to the net. Kaplan has it. He'll wing it up to Cole Yzerman. Here comes Yzerman. Good acceleration, but a good stick play there by Simon Mack. Yzerman, most goals in NDTP history, 137. Jack Hughes has been off to a good start. He's had a good period. Number 4 created a real nice chance with his line mate Harvey. Fink. His motor is going tonight. Might be fighting the puck a little bit with no goals in 6.
It's always a good thing when you're getting chances, though, Butchie. When you're a goal scorer and you aren't getting chances, you'll worry a little bit. But Fink's been all over it tonight. He's had 2 or 3 good chances, just had the 2-on-1 opportunity, and it's good to see a guy 18 in blue that is skating, moving his feet, and he will create.
And Cole Hetson trying to take his head off there.
Yeah, this was a interesting sequence of events. Gavin McCarthy trying to move lateral to create space for himself, and he just catches an edge, and then Aiden Fink with the best opportunity for Penn State on the 2-on-1. And again, this game just seems to be going back and forth. Devin Kaplan, the Philadelphia Flyer draft pick 21, taking a puck to the net. You see Guy Gadowski doing a little coaching conversation on the bench, Butchie.
Well, Aiden Fink thought he took a shot to the head. And in fact, I thought it was Fink, maybe it was DeGraze, but he was pointing to his head as he changed, and then Gadowski just had a discussion with the referee. I guess he just wasn't comfortable having him look at it, but it was kind of a high, hard hit from Cole Hudson, number 44.
And that's something he could have challenged, and he only would have lost his timeout if he didn't get it.
Right.
So we have to wonder if, we take a look at the replay at some point, if that's something that could come back to haunt Penn State.
That's it for the first period. So as Guy Gadowski told our Quinn Kesnick, kind of a feeling out first period. And so Aiden Fink had a couple of chances, took a hard hit there in the first period, but we'll go to the room scoreless after 20 minutes. The Capital One intermission report is coming up next. All right, let's see.
You asked, I answered.
Okay. Just onside. Here comes Genevieve, who sends it high and wide. Now Shane LaChance gallops through the neutral zone with Quinn Hudson. He can't settle it down, and now back the other way. Knocking it down is Fink. Wonder if Fink's mind right now is going a little faster than his feet. That interview with Quinn. 2-on-1, Genevieve across. Oh, good back check by Cole Hudson.
Oh, great stick there by Gavin McCarthy, number 2. The backbone of this defensive pair.
Serrato, he's been a hot player lately, to the net. Denied. Penn State's off to a good start this period. Maybe they're settling in to play Penn State hockey. In your face, aggressive. Now the Nittany Lions change a couple of defensemen. McCarthy tries to get away from Weebush. He does for a moment. Reverses towards Willander, too far. Serrato taking from DeMarsico. But then Willander, the Canucks first-round pick, takes it right back, and he'll join the play. Jack Harvey chips it, chases it, gets it. Throws it along the wall, but that would go too far. Here comes Capone. Shot. Save. Where's the puck? It's right there. And it's in the net. Score, BU. Jack Harvey makes it 1-0. Sergeyev couldn't find the puck.
Well, I told you, Butchie, it was only a matter of time in this hockey game, and when you are able to create a turnover a foot inside or a foot outside the blue line like Matt Capone is able to, you're gonna get offense out of it, and it's a harmless looking shot towards Sergeyev. He's not able to track this puck or find the rebound. He just looks uncomfortable in his crease, and Jack Hughes, Johnny on the spot, drives the net and pokes that one home, and 1-0 BU.
Sergeyev didn't move. He probably would have been fine. It was right underneath him when he pivoted and slid to his left. He basically exposed the puck to the world, most importantly, the referee. And then Harvey just crashed the net, and number 4. So BU's on top, 1-0.
Boston University goal scored by number 4.
So Jack Hughes with the goal. Hughes is 7th of the year. Number 4. Eyes him in now. has a man in front.
Oh, Eisenman could have moved that a lot earlier. I think Bednarik would have been in alone if he moves that puck in the neutral zone.
So Jack Hughes with the goal to make it 1-0 BU. Yegorov makes the save. Quint Kesnick ringside with us tonight in St. Louis.
This is the loosest team I've ever been involved with. That's the words of Giuliano Pagliaro as you see him right there on the Penn State bench. Normally a loose team. Tonight, he admitted not so much. Nerves, tightness, their first frozen four, showing itself in turnovers and composure with the puck.
Yeah, they're not going to like that turnover up by the blue line, Quint, which ultimately led to the goal on Sergeyev, one that he will undoubtedly want back, trying to find that little rebound. So hopefully the Nittany Lions will settle in here, because when they do, they can make plays like anybody can in this country. Here's the goal I just referenced, the turnover that Matt Capone is able to create with a little bit of help from Jack Hughes. And again, a harmless looking shot right into the logo. And Butchie, you nailed it. If he just stays put, you're probably talking about an offensive zone faceoff.
Could not find it at all. BU wins the faceoff. We mentioned Penn State definitely the advantage in that department. But BU gets that one, and they get that first goal. But again, like we mentioned, Penn State at the Allentown Regional trailed 1-0. Both Maine and then against UConn.
Yeah, Penn State has shown that they're very comfortable playing from behind because they know they can score goals when they need to. Their power play's lethal.
Yeah, all it takes is one to settle them down. Geniev tries to bank it in, whiffs on it, comes back to the point with room. Shot, tip, save, and knocked out by McCarthy. Good chance there by Jimmy Dow Jr. there as the puck goes out of play.
Sometimes it's those harmless wristers that go towards the net.
Hey, Colby, it's your old coach, the legend, Jack Parker.
That is Jack Parker right there, anxiously watching his grandson, Shane LaChance, the first sophomore captain in BU history since, oh yeah, Jack Parker.
There you go.
A very long time ago.
There is his grandson. Weebush, Christensen, shot, rips it high and wide. Weebush dangles to the net. Man open to the side of the net, but Yegorov covers it up as Weebush battles and pushes and shoves. And McCarthy says, what are you doing trying to draw that penalty, kid? Don't grab the face mask, we know that.
No, that'll be an automatic 5-minute penalty. And Gavin McCarthy, number 2 for BU. Coming into school, and there's Shane LaChance, who's 6'5" off skates. I remember when Shane was about 5 years old, running around our locker room. He was front and center in the championship picture in Washington, D.C. There's a picture of me and Shane, I don't know, 20, maybe it's about 18 years ago, something like that. And I've got to see him grow up and become a great Terrier captain. I'm very proud of him.
21 years old now. 11 goals and 18 assists this year. Here comes the goal scorer, Hughes. There's Harvey behind the net. Hughes gets it back. Been BU's best line in terms of offensive zone pressure. Capone, Hughes, and Harvey. Harvey keeps it alive. Hughes has it. He's feeling it. He's got that post-goal adrenaline. Harvey. Hughes changes. Harvey plastered.
Good play there by Nick Basha to end that play down in the corner. Big number 10, the defenseman for Penn State, who has really stepped up in the absence of Carter Shade for Penn State.
Nice pass by Willander. Here's Harvey. He's got room. Rips it. Glove save. Not caught, but knocked down by Sergeyev. Come on. Up the wall, but gives it right to BU. BU is a highly penalized team, so Penn State should get their chance eventually on a power play. Haven't had one yet in this game. Part of that sleepy, tight start we talked about here after the long delay.
Jimmy Dowd sitting right next to me on the bench. He didn't like that icing call. One of the vocal leaders of this Penn State team, and Guy Godowski told us in our meetings, Jimmy Dowd is Mr. Penn State. Here in his 5th year, we talked about his dad Stanley Cup winner, national champion, and Jimmy Dowd has made quite a name for himself here for the Penn State Nittany Lions. He can probably hear me right now. He's probably rolling his eyes at me. See if I get a smile, a little smile out of his face.
Game 150 for Jimmy Dowd Jr. in his career. Point Pleasant Beach, New Jersey.
The former New Jersey Titan, where I coach now. Our junior team starts the playoffs tomorrow, so good luck to those guys.
You got it. Off the bench. There's Dowd out there now, number 6. Crespo back to get it. Dowd chases Kaplan. Kaplan, Svoboda. The chance on the ice now. Willander, Boumedium out there. The 18-year-old slaps it back towards the captain, LaChance. Using that body wraparound through the blue paint. LaChance gets it back. Big size advantage right now. LaChance can almost have his way. Puck is still loose. Wraparound again. It's loose in the paint. Sergeyev finally is able to get a glove on it.
Well, BU pouring on the pressure in the offensive zone. One chance. No, better make it 2 chances, but Sergeyev says no.
Our Quinn Kusnik with BU head coach Jay Pandolfo.
Coach, what has been most critical for your defense?
Yeah, we just got to make sure that we're ending plays quick and we're transitioning, because that's the game they want to play. They want to transition fast on us. They're a really good rush team. When we manage pucks and play below the goal line and create offense from there, we've been real good.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's been the key, Quint, for BU all year. When they manage the puck, they're one team. When they don't, well, what happens to them against UConn? They're a different team. So that is always the key for this BU Terriers club.
Trying to keep the pressure on, and Penn State trying to change things up. Boumedium, that's going to be a leg trip on the 18-year-old. He stuck his leg out, and Penn State's going to get that power play as he gets chirped as he heads to the box from the Penn State Nittany Lions.
And guess who drew that penalty for Penn State? As we hear
Number
the official
78, 2-minute minor, tripping.
That's a trip on Carson Dick. We talked about him between games.
Ouch.
One of the spiritual and motivational leaders of this team. I think that might have only been his second shift of the game, and he gets out on the ice and he gets Penn State an opportunity on the power play. Now, keep an eye on Aiden Fink up at the right point on this draw. He loves to dive in and get himself to the goal line and try to create action around the net. He roams all over on this Penn State power play.
Penn State looking to tie the game on the power play. Hudson, offensive defensive, but he's out there to start the PK. BU the most penalized team, minutes per game, 13.5 minutes. Penn State has scored a power play goal in 10 of their last 12. It's cooking at 33% lately. Fink takes a big hit from Hudson again, high and hard. Now Penn State was trying to get the high hit on Hudson earlier. We'll see if they're going to go right to the monitor. And I'm sure they want the referees to look at this.
Yeah, they're all talking about it right now on the bench. They're on the earpiece, back with the video coach.
Let's see. That's okay.
Now that's a clean hit to me. The principal point of contact is right in the chest, right in the shoulder. Little follow through up high, but principal point of contact is the body, and it looks like they're going to call it over, and they're going to challenge this one for head contact.
It was shoulder to shoulder. Then the follow through, there was a slight head contact. But like you said, Colby, initially it was shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah, I don't think that this one is going to ultimately be the 5 that they're looking for. Now remember, you basically have a free challenge in college hockey. When you have your timeout, which Guy Godowski's team does, if they use the challenge and they're wrong, they only lose their timeout. They do not
Penn
get
State is
a
challenging
minor.
for a major penalty on the previous shift.
This can only be called a major, right? They can't go and challenge this and look at it for a 2-minute call. Now, my opinion this is not going to be a 5-minute major because of where the principal point of contact was. But obviously, the Penn State coaching staff, they think this is worth it. It was Cole Hudson who had the hit, so you're looking for an opportunity to potentially get him in the box or even better yet, out of the game. But ultimately, I think when they look at this is going to end up standing as no call.
Yeah, it's a bit of a Hail Mary, but again, he gives his #1 unit some rest here. As you can see, that was shoulder. Then there was a little follow through, but like you said, that wouldn't have been a major penalty.
No.
Maybe you could go roughing if you in real time.
Yeah. And remember, they did change the rules here in college hockey. Now, if you follow through and the main point is on the body and it moves up to the head, it's nothing. And the refs are coming out already. This is not going to be a penalty of any sort.
You see Boumediene has to leave his sin bin for the review while they look at the monitor. Here's the official call.
After review, there is no major penalty on the play. Penn State is charged with their timeout.
All right, so something to keep an eye on now. Penn State without their timeout for the rest of the game, but they do get their power play arrest. They'll go back to the Dowd unit. He's the quarterback. I thought that was not a great use of the challenge, in my opinion.
Right, unless you want to give a full rest. Now this unit can stay out maybe for an extra 30 seconds.
Yeah, but they split time on their power play units. There's really not a top unit. They have 2 #1 units that they like.
McCarthy battles with Weebush. Here comes Jack Harvey, fishes it off, but can't get it up. Good play by Dowd to keep it in. Fink loves it. Hit the high stick first for Harvey, but then it was played by Penn State. Shot blocked in front of it. Might have hit Weebush. Off the shot from Dowd. Dowd over to Fink. Fink. Bouncing puck, and that's going to be taken by Green, who slingshots it down the ice. Long pass Sergeyev, onside to Fink. He's got multiple players. Good stick work there by Cole Hudson. He rims it around, but kept in. Mack. Nittany Lions on the power play, looking to tie the game. Schoen cycles. Here comes Penn State. But Hudson rips it out. He's been active on this PK.
Hey, look, sometimes you get your top offensive players out for a penalty kill because they know what to anticipate. They know the reads that offensive players are looking for.
Geniev has a man in front. He had Lawback flying to the net on the doorstep. 10 seconds left on the Penn State power play. Onside, shot, blocked, Hudson. Cole Hudson is selling out his body right now. Here comes Devin Kaplan. Kaplan, 5-on-5 hockey out of the box. Boumediene has the puck, finds him. And he skates it back and regroups. No shots on goal for Penn State on that power play.
I thought Jimmy Dowd got one through to the net from the point. Maybe it ended up going wide, but you're right, just not a lot going there. BU doing a nice job pressuring out to the walls and getting good clears. Well, we talk so much about the offense, but this time of year, doesn't matter who you are. You got to be willing to lay down. You got to be willing to eat pucks. Oof. That goes right off the ankle. That's going to hurt tomorrow, especially for Cole Hudson.
There he is at the end of the bench. Chance pokes it to the wall. Green, nice backhand pass to Quinn Hudson. There's the chance. Gathers and protects, using that body to box out. He's been effective down low, but gets a nice play by Amon to knock him down. Quinn Hudson turns away, trying to get by. He does. Hudson through the net. It's loose. Puck goes through the blue paint. BU crashing the net. Resulting in goal #1 from Jack Hughes. Boumediene up the ice now, entering the midway point of the hockey game. Penn State still trying to settle in, trying to get that tying goal. Here's their chance, but Geniev can't quite slide it across to Weebush. Boumediene trying to gain the red line. He does barely. Capone's in on it. Taken out by Mack. Nice play by Hughes along the wall. He's got some jump tonight, #4.
The son of Montreal general manager Kent Hughes.
Oh, there's a bump from behind on Fink. Back and forth they go in the neutral zone. Cole Hudson will try to regroup. To McCarthy. Long pass over to Jack Harvey. Christensen will start behind his own net. Not a lot for the Penn State contingent to cheer for right now.
We saw how quick the tide can turn, though, in that last game.
Yep.
You don't need much in these frozen fours. With Penn State, you just got to bend without breaking. You stay in this hockey game. You wait for your opportunity. I think we have more goals to come.
Yeah, they're a veteran group. Again, trailed 1-0 in both games in the Allentown Regional. Cole Hudson, what a move. Here he comes now, 2-on-1. Hudson and Yzerman. Cole and Cole. Hudson, Yzerman, shot, score! 24th goal of the year for the first-round pick of the Islanders. Grew up north of Boston. And the 18-year-old makes it 2-0, Boston University.
Well, Butchie, there was so much beauty in this goal. Cole the Cole, you called it. But this play starts below the goal line. With that play right there, Devin Kaplan on his backhand makes a breakout pass into the middle to Cole Hudson, and the rest, well, you've got a set of eyes and you can see it for yourself. But when you get a 200-foot goal like that, that starts with Devin Kaplan behind his own goal line with a backhand play into the middle to send your two most high-octane offensive players up the ice, you gotta love that if you're Jay Pandolfo. 2-0 BU.
He's got 4 brothers.
Boston U goal scored by number 34.
Just a beautiful goal from a first-round pick and a second-round pick.
The patience of Cole Hudson to outweight that 2-on-1 pass. Unbelievable.
Yzerman, assisted by Hudson.
Brothers Billy, Chris Shane, twin Caden. Here comes Green. Deflected. So Penn State now got to go to work. They need the next one. DeMarsico just goes wide. This is going to be icing on BU.
Just so much offensive talent. What a beautiful play by Devin Kaplan. I can't state it enough, but just watch the patience by Hudson. Wait. And then he extends his hands away from his body, Butchie, right? If he keeps his hands in, he can't make that play, but he gets his hands out around his body to create space there, and unbelievable skill by those two.
Cole Hudson led all players at the World Juniors in points.
Yeah, he should have been MVP at the World Juniors.
Yeah, that's the first time a defenseman's ever led the World Juniors in points. Again, a guy who has the flair for the dramatic big moment. He likes the lights.
He didn't even play on the first power play at the World Junior. Zeev Bouillon took the first power play minutes.
Page back. Battling. Hughes taps it out of danger. Slowly comes down towards Sergeyev on goal. No icing. He'll leave it for Christensen. Lions in the Terrier zone. That angle shot, side of the net. Dangerous shot there. Yegorov just came off his post, but hit the side of the net. Hughes will bang that bouncing puck behind the cage. Certainly a Jay Pandolfo, a responsible, defensive-minded player in his 899 NHL games. His 4 Frozen Fours with BU, the 95 National Championship team, one in Providence. Shot, Lamonti saves Sergeyev, and a penalty's coming up.
Yeah, I think Dowd's gonna go here
and this
for a hold.
Dangerous BU power play already up 2-0.
Penn State, number 6, minor penalty for holding.
We've had a rough tumble of excuse my bellicosity. It's the Frozen Four in St. Louis. Oh, we go in.
Well, what does it take to win in April? Well, this is a lot of what it could look like for your best players. There's got to be physical play. There's got to be great defensive play. You got to be willing to sacrifice, and when the time presents itself, you got to make big-time offensive plays. And through a period and a half, that's what we've seen out of 44 and white, Cole Hudson.
Love that last shot of Hudson's eyes.
Oh,
breakaway, short-handed. Big save, Yagoran. Oh, man, that would have been colossal for Dowiak to put that shorty in. Number 19 for Penn State. Power play's been cooking all year long, near 30%. Here in the playoffs, it's 4 for 9. That's 44% as 44 has the puck. Hudson looking for Eisman on the doorstep. He was open. Looking for the tap-in goal.
We saw, though, how dangerous Penn State can be. That's why they're never out of a hockey game. These Nittany Lions, they've got speed, and they get up the ice quickly.
Here come the Terriers. Across. Oh, there's that bad angle shot Hudson loves. He scored on against Cornell. So here's that explosive shorty chance, Colby.
Yeah, great opportunity for Penn State to claw back into the game, and Ryan Green knocks it out of the air and actually puts it on a tee for Dane Dowiak. Penn State with an opportunity, a short-handed breakaway, but Yegorov shuts the door for the Terriers.
Nittany Lions with 8 shorties this year. Yeah, Quinn Hudson kind of fell asleep there. He didn't see Dowiak come right down the middle of the forward.
I don't think you're expecting Green to put it on a tee for him.
Yeah. Again, a needed kill for Penn State.
Oh, yeah. They need some momentum back for them.
Here they go. Off the stick of Willander, and 59 seconds left on the power play. 6:05 in the second period. There's Guy Godowski, a bit concerned at this point as BU's on the power play, up 2-0.
Yeah, if Guy Godowski's bunch can kill this, they can take the momentum, hopefully start rolling in some offensive zone possession shifts, and fight their way back into this hockey game. It has been all BU in this period.
Tom Willander, the Swede. Harvey takes it off his stick to start the slow rush up the ice with under 6 to go in the second. Hughes scored the first goal. Yzerman the second. Hughes trying to get by his man. There's Harvey. Fink with a foot race. Bednarik, big strong number 11. Gets knocked down. Hughes plays catch. Kaplan shifts, trying to fish it out of his skates. Christensen hard around, but he's going to give it right to Harvey. Penn State still trying to get it out. Here they come. That's a trip.
Oh, yeah. Easy one.
So 4-on-4 for 14 seconds at a 1:46 Penn State power play. That was not the prettiest power play for BU.
No, and it's an ugly power play for BU, and it's an unnecessary penalty to take.
Number 4, BU. 2-minute minor, tripping.
There's no reason to leave your feet there and lunge towards a player's skates 99% of the time. This is exactly what's going to happen. So you got a guy in Jack Hughes who's had a phenomenal game so far, but a mental error. And we're going to play 4-on-4 for the next 14 seconds. And the Penn State bench right now calling out orders. They're going to start with Mack and Crespo. And then they're going to look to try to rotate some different guys out onto the ice as this power play starts. So some chess pieces moving around right now on the Penn State bench.
So BU fails on their first power play attempt. Face-off won by Penn State. They'll have to keep possession here and get their man out of the box. We'll see if Dowd stays on the ice or goes right to the bench. Green with Hudson. He'll chip it softly.
He'll probably try to keep Dowd on the ice and maybe pull Crespo off the ice. Yeah, here goes Mack and Crespo, and Dowd stays out.
That was offside at the line as Serrato kind of lost where he was. And
tell you what, Butchie, Cole Hudson has been all over Aiden Fink in this hockey game.
It does seem personal, doesn't it?
All over. He's got a couple of hits on him there. He hit his stick up and out of his hands, and
I mean, they're in the same weight class, so
Cole Hudson just skated by the bench for Penn State and absolutely went eye to eye with Jared Crespo sitting next to me, inches from me. I mean, it was a cold, dead stare from Cole Hudson at the Penn State bench.
Willander, strong defender, fights off his man and continues to battle with him down on the ice.
Big opportunity here for Penn State.
It is. Just all it takes is one. We saw it in game one. It's 2-0 Western Michigan. As soon as Denver scored, energized them for the rest of the game.
And that's exactly what will happen.
It
for
will.
Penn State.
You're right.
They'll get a goal. They'll start playing downhill. You'll see the speed come back to their feet.
Aiden Fink. Serrato. See if Fink can end his drought here on the power play. There's room. Fired. Webush shot blocked. Boumediene, the 18-year-old. Here's Serrato. He's been red hot lately. This is the lineup they lean on here in the playoffs. Fink wants it. Fires. Save. Yegorov might have had him beat. A little late reaction. Fink has it back. Starting to settle down a little bit. 18 starting to feel the puck better. Good clear there for Boumediene and the BU Terriers. Less than 30 seconds left in the Penn State power play. First time these two teams have ever met in any game is in the Frozen Four. Geniev hits a skate. Mack jumps on it, keeps it in. Shown to Geniev. Geniev trying to get it towards the net, looking for something. That's what Penn State's going to have to start doing as their power play ends.
Yeah, some frustration on the Penn State bench. Laubach came back to the bench there, not very happy with the plays that were made during that power play.
Look out, here comes Capone. Save Sergeyev to keep it 2-0. Capone slams the glass behind the net in frustration.
And the Terriers continue to find holes through this Penn State defense, but a big save, keeping it at 2.
BU is on a recruiting heater with the talent they're bringing in. Macklin, Celebrini, Lane Hudson. Of course, they were on the team last year. Macklin, first overall pick. For a while, looked like he would be the Rookie of the Year, but now it's probably going to be Lane Hudson.
Oh, yeah.
As he has won the heart of Montreal, been an absolute offensive menace, and you see the Hockey East Rookie of the Year. 3 in a row. The Hudson brothers and Celebrini in the middle.
Yeah, imagine if Celebrini and Lane would have came back to school this year.
Oh, my goodness.
I don't know if you have enough pucks on the ice, though. For 3 Hudsons and a Celebrini.
3:09 to go here in the second. There's a look at Cole. The beautiful pass to Cole Eiserman to make it 2-0. Hudson now with 47 points in 38 games in his freshman year. Still just 18 years old. Second round pick of the Washington Capitals.
Slowly creeping up on the points that Lane earned as a freshman.
Yeah. Here's DeGraze now. Taken out by Capone. Beautiful play, and Hudson sprints away from danger. He's a one-man breakout dude. And he goes to Jack Hughes, who got the first goal tonight. Hughes trying to get it to Eiserman. Hudson. You can see BU pairing Hudson and Eiserman as a defenseman and forward. They got something going tonight. Look out, you're good. Oh, Big Bird.
Hello.
He's like a lovable Sesame Street character. We met him yesterday. He just loves life.
Oh, man.
Comes Penn State. Oh, good stick on stick. I tell you, Boumediene's having a strong period.
He's just really good defensively, right? I mean, for his age to be in the role, 20-plus minute a night guy.
Oh, what a pass. Quinn Hudson. Hudson, shot, save. Sergeyev. What a pass. 120 feet from Boumediene to Quinn Hudson.
We've talked a lot about north-south hockey tonight, and this is textbook play by Boumediene. Watch how Quinn Hudson stops. You see how after the goaltender, Sergeyev, makes this save, Hudson stops.
Yep.
How many forwards just swing by the net? That's a goal scorer right there who recognizes the way BU scored their first goal, right? And that is just smart hockey by Quinn Hudson.
Under 2 to go in the second. Face-off won by LaChance. Cole Hudson up to Green. Ryan Green, right point. McCarthy shot deflects slowly in the corner. McCarthy keeps it in. 99 seconds to go here in the second. 2-0 BU. Nittany Lions trying to find their game slowly. Only takes one to energize themselves and their fans here in St. Louis. Quinn Hudson tried to get that deep, couldn't. Now Yegorov will play it again behind his own net. Finds McCarthy. Deflected into the crowd off the stick of Kaplan. Don't miss the NCAA Men's Hockey Championship game. It's Saturday night right here on ESPN2 at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. For more information, go to NCAA.com, your official home for all 90 NCAA championships. The NCAA signage looks great inside here in St. Louis. You're the man. I love how they do up the boards here. The Olympians made here, champions win here. Nice clean look. They got the banners of all the national championships and the rafters, including BU's 5, 71, 72, 78, 95, and 09. Been 16 years since BU has won. Colby's team ended a 14-year drought. Christensen and Mack. Under a minute to go in the second. Comfortable atmosphere for BU right now. Turnover. Swoboda try to find Harvey lurking behind the defense. And State now with active sticks. Under 20 seconds to go in the second. Kaplan takes it. Here comes Kaplan trying to beat the buzzer. Stick handle surrounded by 2 Lions. Penn's looking for the holding call. You could hear him scream holding. Then he whacks the Penn State Nittany Lion. And has a few words with him. Got it. Enjoy yourself here. Penn State has not won a game this year when trailing after 2, just like Denver. That was the stat in game number 1, 0-9-2. BU is 16-2 when leading after 2. Things looking up for the Terriers, Arda. Colby, Penn State needs a pep talk.
Yeah,
what do you got?
They got to start getting some offense through the neutral zone. Right now, BU has done a nice job of slowing things down. And when Penn State is most effective, it's in their transition game. It's activating their defensemen. It's getting up the ice wave after wave. And I think that's what we should expect to see here from Penn State, a push to start this third period.
All right, much like Denver in game 1, you've got to get that early goal. That's what the Pioneers did, and everything flipped. Western Michigan was trying to hang on, couldn't do it, but won in double overtime. Quinn Kesnick ringside.
Cole Hudson is a human highlight film. The words of Kim Brandvold, the BU assistant coach, guy who's been in the NHL with the Boston Bruins and player development, so he knows quality. Says he's an elite puck carrier. Tonight's performance very much par for the course. Says Cole is a rare playmaker.
Led the World Junior in points, MOP at Toledo in the regional, MVP of the Bean Pot. It's been an unbelievable freshman year for the 18-year-old. And if you cap it off with a national championship, it would be one of the best 18-year-old seasons in the history of college hockey.
Cha-ching.
Here comes Reeslaw back. Oh. BU attacking with speed, but Fink takes it. Here comes Aiden Fink. Stretch pass up, good stick by Willander. High off the glass, stays in play. Willander Battling, as Yegorov couldn't quite get a glove on it. Wanted to freeze that play. Spinning towards Yegorov, and he makes the save.
Well, Kim Brandeville talked to Quint Kesnick between periods about what makes Cole Hudson such a special player, but how about the defensive and the physical game of Cole Hudson, blocking shots, joining the play like we know he loves to do. But, you know, there's an edge to Cole Hudson that honestly I didn't know about his game until about the second half of this season, where he really picked up his physical play, his compete without the puck. And listen, we know who the MVP of this team has been the second half of the season.
There's Hudson right now at the end of the bench, standing up, eyeing when to get on the ice next. Good defensive play there by Harvey. The third period has been BU's best period, 58 goals this year. Now the Nittany Lions have to start to figure something out offensively. Certainly plenty of time in a 2-0 game. Kaplan, nice swinging play to Harvey. He'll softly dump, and that line will change. Nick Fascia behind the net. Fascia, the freshman, looking for his first college hockey goal. This will be a great moment to get it.
Good communication there by Aiden Celebrini. I could hear him yelling reverse, reverse as Page went back on that puck.
Barely onside. Yzerman tried to go short side high. Puck came outside the zone. Here comes the Graves shot, blocked. Puck in a dangerous area. Shot just wide. Ben Schoen had a chance. Another shot, save, rebound, save, rebound, score! There it is! Nick DeGraves, his 4th goal of the year. And the freshman has given Penn State the jolt they needed.
Well, the Penn State bench is all smiles. Guy Gadowski, Andrew Sturts, right away they looked at each other, and now Penn State, they get in on the forecheck and they start to create offense from below the goal line. And when you're able to work the puck low to high and get a shot through with bodies and numbers to the net, it's hacking, it's whacking, it's finding that greasy goal. And DeGraves is Johnny on the spot for Penn State, and we've got a hockey game.
He's from Alberta, just like his coach. Same town, Edmonton. How will BU respond now? They're very calm, sitting on the bench. Assistant Joe Pereira was clapping just to keep the boys in the mix.
And calm is not something Joe Pereira does well. One of my roommates from college, that is not a word I would use to describe Joey Pereira.
No, he's a ball of energy.
The Bulldog, that was his nickname.
McCarthy can't get it out. So now, just like Denver in game 1, Penn State will try to use that adrenaline by getting the first goal of the game. Denver knows they needed the third goal of the game. Penn State was thinking the same thing. They had to get the 2-1 goal, and they did. And now they get an icing from the Terriers.
And what a different level of energy on the bench right now. Guys just with so much more belief, so much more positivity, and you can see Yegorov scrambling around trying to find this puck. And again, we talked about Quinn Hudson stopping on the crease. Well, Nick DeGraves does the same thing. Stops out on the crease and finds that rebound.
That line's right back out there. DeGraves shown the center behind the net. Dowiak's out there as well with them. Guy Gadowski will try to find some combinations now to tie this game. But again, BU is a prolific third period team. And they'll still be on the hunt to score. Willander, nifty pass to Harvey. Capone with speed. LaChance, across, shot! Side of the net as Jack Hughes was open for a second. And now Willander will go back to get it. He'll reverse it to Boumediene. Boumediene, tape to tape to Hughes. To Harvey, tries to split the defense. Capone in front, bouncing puck. Couldn't get out of midair. And here come the Nittany Lions. Webush to Almond. But Yegorov covers up an extra whack that McCarthy doesn't like.
I'll take one, we're done. Let it go.
How about them Broncos?
Pat Ferschweiler, how about those Broncos? Washi puts the Western Michigan. They're in the national championship game. It's Saturday night on ESPN2 at 7 o'clock. For more information, go to NCAA.com, your official home for all 90 NCAA championships. Ride 'em. 16:03 to go in this one. That game was also 2-1 in the third. After being 2-0 after 2. BU waved out of the face-off dot after the infraction. Swoboda will leave the dot. Shots on goal this period. 4-0 Penn State. That shot blocked. Kept in nicely by Crespo. Here comes Penn State to the net. McCarthy plays it along the wall. Bednarik.
Penn State finally getting to their game. We see why they had that run the second half of the year, why they ran through their regional and beat some good teams.
Here's Kaplan now with Bednarik in front. McCarthy to the net, into the glove of Sergeyev. And you're seeing both coaches now, Colby, do little different combinations on these offensive and defensive zone faceoffs, just getting bodies they want on the ice.
Yeah, look, this time of year and this type of game, when your season has less than 20 minutes left in it, you've got to make sure the right face-off man. You want to make sure those lefty-righty combinations. You might want a lefty on the right wall so you can get a puck on your forehand. So all those little details at play.
Great look there to face off. Willander down the wall, throws it in front hard, and it deflects all the way out of the zone. Boumediene back to get it. He'll scan and go to his D partner, Willander. He couldn't handle it. Now Penn State controls, so they give it right back to Boumediene, and now the chance throws it in deep.
Yeah, if you're BU, you want to take a page out of the fact that Western sat back and let Denver into that third period. You don't want to do that. You want to make sure you keep moving forward, keep forechecking. No high-risk plays, but you certainly don't want to sit back. As Penn State, they're high-octane offensively.
Did he have a little water bug out there that can really fly? Now Mack has it. Simon Mack, fourth-year player for the Nittany Lions. 149th game. Hudson looking, trying to go short side high. He loves that spot. His brother did it this past week for the Canadians.
Too many men here, they're calling.
Oh.
Something, Penn State's going to be short.
There's a high hit taken from Hudson.
Yeah, too many men.
Yeah, that's going to be too many men on the Nittany Lions, and BU's going to get a power play now, up 2-1 to try to get that goal back. Here's the call. See who serves it.
Penn State bench minor penalty for too many men.
They'll have time to figure it out. Oh my goodness, that's not even close.
You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Colby can do circles. They are star-studded, and they are going on the power play. The BU Terriers up 2-1. And now with the man advantage, Cole Hudson and Cole Eiserman will try to once again get BU on the scoreboard. Nittany Lions get the initial clear. Dylan Lugris will serve the too many men on the ice penalty for Penn State. Here comes Hudson navigating. Drops it back to Eiserman. One touch to Ryan Green. Beautiful move. Green. Eiserman.
Number 16.
Nittany Lions got a stick on that and slowly went to Sergeyev, who made the save. Here comes Hudson winding up again. Around Fink. Hesitate. Send it back to Eiserman. Cole Eiserman. He has scored tonight. A chance will get to it. Grinding on the wall. Kept in nicely by Hudson. Eiserman was pulled down.
No, that's the right no call. He's trying to draw one there, Cole Eiserman.
A little collision.
Yeah.
As Hudson brings it up. One-handed pass to his brother, who gave it away. Fink is out there in a short-handed situation. He's dangerous, and he has the puck. Stole it from the chance easily. Mack, short-handed to the net. Yegorov will leave it there for Willander.
That's the second power play for BU in this game, where Penn State's penalty kill has taken all their momentum. They forced them into high-risk plays that haven't worked, and the last time Penn State killed off a power play, they were able to take some momentum from it.
Yeah, this is another dreadful power play for BU. It's the Nittany Lions doing a good job killing. Under 13 to go in regulation.
Surprising, too. BU's got a 29% power play. You don't expect it to look this ugly.
Harvey to Bednarik. Hesitates. Reverses to Willander. Only takes one. Hughes. Penalty ending. Lugris out of the box. Here's Harvey. Still some time. Shot. As Lugris went right to the bench.
Yeah, he took that one in the bread basket, we'll call it.
Okay. So no power plays tonight for BU's non-conference. This year, Penn State is perfect. 39 for 39, killing penalties. Kaplan sends it across. Turnover. Harvey knocks his man down. Schoen has it. Schoen. His players on the ice down, but play will continue. Mack turns it straight up north with speed. He's got some offensive game, number 4. DeGrays will chase down Capone. Mack has it now. Shot, redirected, save by Yegorov, maybe his best. Another save, and he covers up on the bit of a quick whistle, but a couple of pad saves from Yegorov there.
Penn State, they've got to feel good about the way they have played in this third period. The big penalty kill, where they really just completely shut BU down, and then they get into that offensive zone game where they're keeping it simple. They're using the points, and look at all the traffic around the top of the net. And Simon Mack, that is an intentional shot pass to Ben Schoen.
Yeah.
A lot of times you see those plays, you wonder why a defenseman is shooting it wide, but that is 100% a look towards the off net to Schoen.
Penn State out shooting BU in this period, 7-2.
BU is not a good team when they play past it. It is just not in their DNA.
Here comes Green now on the attack. Green shifting, leaves it for Hudson. The right-handed shot, though, couldn't tee it up. Green probably would have been better off shooting that one. LaChance to the net. There's a shot and a save by Sergeyev. So how do you change that, Colby? You say that you know you're sitting back a bit. The coaches know you're sitting back, so why not sit back?
Yeah, I think probably you look and start with the forecheck. Right now, BU's playing a real passive 1-2-2 forecheck, and you know, if I'm Jay Pandolfo, I'd rather be more aggressive. That's when BU gets on the balls of their feet. They get in, they create turnovers, and they're able to usually generate long offensive zone shifts. And when they sit back and they kind of wait on their heels, that's when the gaps get bigger. That's when Penn State is able to generate plays in front of them, which is really one of the strengths of this Nittany Lion team. And you get a good look there at Sergeyev over at the bench, getting some work done, getting that pad tied up. Now remember, was it the UMass game where the goaltender, the Minnesota goaltender, had to come out of the game, and they went to the backup goaltender. UMass scored a goal at that point, and then the starter came back in for the equipment malfunction, but looks like this one was a little bit quicker.
Well, just in case we were ready. You never know what each crew's going to do.
Yeah, that was quick enough. I think the officials allowing him to do that and come back in is the right play. You don't want to see the goaltender come out. Now,
of course, now Penn State doesn't have a timeout, so they couldn't take it to extend that. That's the reason why you'd like to have your timeout for another 30, 45 seconds. So, but I think that's a good move, just to give maybe a couple extra seconds to stay in the game.
Yeah, maybe something you'll have to keep an eye on. Maybe if it happens again, right?
They might be forced to bring in the backup because they don't have the timeout. if it takes 5 minutes to fix it.
Yeah, we didn't like that challenge in the first, just for people who might be
Right.
just joining us. Guy Godowski challenged the play in the first period for a 5-minute major hit to the head. He was not correct on the challenge, so Penn State lost their timeout.
Here comes Yzerman now. Look out, turnover, Fink. He's been on the hunt all night. Yzerman now has it back. He'll get surrounded quickly. Supported by Kaplan. One-timer, Bednarik, but into the glove again of Sergeyev. That left mitt's been active.
Yeah, these last couple of BU chances, though, Butchie, they're perimeter shots. There's no traffic at the net. You know, of course, you'll like to see these quick little plays, but you see how Cole Yzerman makes that play and he stands still? He's got to continue on to the net there. This goaltender is not going to let a lot of shots in where he has a clear line of sight.
Bednarik has Yzerman right behind him. Yzerman has it. Loses control. Penn State exits the zone. Dick will send it in. And here comes Willander. Vancouver Canuck first-round pick. He's an impressive-looking player.
His skating is definitely his best attribute. Just so solid defensively. This might be Quinn Hughes' partner, Butchie.
Seems like the perfect guy with the right-handed shot. Here come the Nittany Lions around the net, looking for the tie. Hudson dribbles the puck off his body, and now he'll head it up north. Back pressure from Wiebusch. Hudson will throw it on net, get the whistle, and change. So this pace here, I imagine BU doesn't hate it that much. 9.5 minutes to go in regulation. The winner to the championship game against Western Michigan, showing out in the Show Me State. There's our handsome, most outstanding player. They're
Of course,
5th of 5.
Yeah, my little brother right over my shoulder, Logan, in that photo, and my mom got cropped out of that one. Both my parents were there, and a great moment, and it's one of the reasons I love doing this so much. We get to relive some fun, but I'll tell you, it's time for a new chapter in BU hockey history. And
of course, our annual apology to Rico Blasi.
Yes.
Your boy Chris Weidman came up and asked me not to mention that tonight. Of course, he was a freshman that year for Miami University in 09. Went on to have a nice 4-year career, and then played 291 games in the NHL.
Yeah, he was a good player. And Rico Blasi, what he's done at St. Thomas, I mean, he'll be in this tournament sooner than later with how he's built up that program.
Yeah, they weren't eligible this year. Almost won the conference championship, which would have made, of course, in the future, make them automatically eligible. And there's a save. Once again, on DeGraze by Yegorov. Both these Russian goaltenders have active left gloves.
Yeah, they've both done just about anything you'd ask of them, and I don't think Yegorov liked where Doyak was. Look, he said, I think I'm a little taller than you. He's got a little of that Ivan Drago size in him.
He's
a little skinnier, though.
6'5" inches.
What, 150 pounds, maybe?
19 years old, just a great kid. Smile and a great personality. And the kind of personality you want in your goal. It's a big 5-0 though. Look at that when you're 6'5". That's a big triangle of air. Here comes BU 3-2 if they hurry. Hughes, Capone, Harvey's open. Not a good pass. You would have had a great opportunity if that pass was connected. Here comes Wiebusch, dangerous player. Puck flutters just wide. The Marsico, beautiful kick pass to the middle of the ice. And he'll throw it back in, but Penn State changing gives BU time now. So just like in game 1, time slowly ticking away. Still plenty of time here, 8.5 to go, but the game doesn't really have much life. Denver had a lot of emotion throughout the third as they went to tie it. Green, the chance, in front, saved. Nice rebound for BU in front, but it goes askew. Geniev has the defenseman to the net, Mack. Geniev, shot, saved. Yegorov, a lot on that finger, on that wrist shot. Mack comes out of there with it. The defenseman throws it in front. The chance will try to skate it out of danger. He does, and he softly chips it. Now he'll chase after it.
Yeah, you love that for Penn State. Simon Mack, the defenseman, activating as Kate Christensen's going to do the same thing.
Save, Geniev shot, another save. Yegorov's been big. Christensen to the net. Shot, side of the net. Law back. After it is Kaplan trying to win the race. Not a good play from Bednarik just to loop around and not stop. It's offside. 7.5 to go now.
Yeah, some good pressure by Penn State. You see their defense getting active, getting involved in the offense, but look at the shot by Geniev and Shane LaChance trying to sell out. Mikhail Yegorov is the one who actually makes that save, but this is a good push for Penn State right now. I think they're feeling pretty confident that they're going to get the next one. And they got the green light right now from the back end with their defense.
Well, they got here with an overtime goal. 4 shots on goal in 25 seconds. Here comes Eisenman. One-on-one, battling, winning the battle, then gets erased. Amon getting help from his partner, Fascia. Turnover. Shot! Saves Segura. That was a broken stick in front now for Fascia. He's a defenseman without a stick. The BU can't take advantage. They get it out. Dowiak in there now. Throw it to space. Schoen turns around. Here comes McCarthy. He'll just get it out.
Now, I've been really impressed with Gavin McCarthy. His brother Case was a great captain for BU. He played in a Frozen Four. But Gavin certainly making his mark known.
Capone, shot, save, Sergeyev. Man, Sergeyev is keeping them in the game right now. Shots on goal. This is the kind of shot volume I think we thought about at the start of the game, Colby.
Yeah, this is just a really nice individual play by Capone. Watch how he just flips the puck up 2 or 3 inches to find some space over Jimmy Dowd's stick. I mean, players nowadays, their ability to just create space laterally, it's at an all-time high in the sport of hockey because these players, what they can do with their hands, what they can do with the puck, it's really tremendous. Like, seeing it from ice level, you really appreciate it.
Hudson shot wide. Carson Dick has it now. 30 saves for Sergeyev. Willander. Boumedian out there now. Willander up the wall, but he gives it right to the left point. The chance chops at it. Can't get it out. Now he'll use the glass to launch it high in the air and get it out. Green forces a turnover. Hudson can't jump on it. And now Penn State starts again with 6 minutes left in regulation. Game 1 went to double overtime. Owen Michaels wins it for Western Michigan. Here comes Penn State looking to tie. Good sticks by the Terriers defense. This is going to be icing on the Terriers. Overtime against Mike Cavanaugh, the Yukon Huskies. DeMarsico absolutely ripped that wrist shot.
Yeah, he absolutely labeled that. And the
stick in the crowd.
Yeah, right into the crowd. And then Penn State, they did such a great job promoting that and putting videos on that all over social media. They certainly know how to operate in the marketing department at Penn State, probably as good or better than anybody in college hockey.
They do a great job. High-level stuff. Face-off won by Penn State. Shot, save. Yegorov as he takes a whack from DeMarsico.
Got to think you get these offensive zone face-offs and you're looking to roll guys off the wall, look for some misdirection, try to create something towards the net. Penn State looking for who's going to be that guy to get him the goal. Serrato line, this is a pretty offensively gifted line.
Serrato's been the hot guy, better than a point per game. He set up that DeMarsico overtime winner. This will be the line probably that the rest of the way Guy Godowski kind of leans on. Yeah. Extra attacker, you'd probably add Fink to this mix.
Well, as I was saying that, Fink said to me, I got one. Yeah. So now he's back out on the ice. They've got an offensive zone draw.
Okay.
So they'll probably get together and look at a face-off play.
Fink, Lawback, and Geniev. That line is now out there. Mack, the defenseman, a good offensive game, number 4. As Guy Godowski looks up at that time and sees 5:25. He'll start to figure in his mind his line combinations to reach that point when he wants to pull the goalie. He's got his best players rested and available.
Yeah, you probably got to ride Fink and Serrato's line here the rest of the way.
Again, he doesn't have a timeout for any rest purposes. Harvey. Sergeyev makes a nice job there to jump out and get that away from Hughes and Harvey. Here comes Harvey.
Oh, that's a bad turnover right there. That puck's got to get deep by Jack Harvey. They're the kind of ones that keep you up at night if you're Jay Pandolfo.
Harvey up the wall. There's plenty of room there. Capone will get it. Throw it up. Tried to stretch past the Cole Hudson. 2-1 game, and we're sniffing for a breakaway. Hudson has it. Looking now. Finds Capone, who ripped it wide. They got to get back. 2-on-2. The trailers are BU Terriers. Shot. Yegorov. Another shot. Now the push begins for Penn State. You can feel the urgency. It's up to BU to match it. They quite haven't done that yet. Caponi's a mess. Dropped his stick, trying to pick it up. Fell down. Here comes Crespo. Shot. Saved Yegorov. Look behind him. Didn't feel it on his padding, but it's out, and it's still 2-1. Tensions begin to rise in semifinal game number 2. Penn State trying to stay loose, trying to figure out a way to tie this game in St. Louis. Times, Colby, Cole Hudson seems like a positionless player.
He really is, and you might roll your eyes at it, but this is what makes him successful. He tries to spring himself for a breakaway. He doesn't make it. So what does he do? He pushes the puck down low. He goes and he forechecks. And BU gets a great opportunity, but what does it lead to? Well, a pretty good offensive zone shift for Penn State, and now they get an opportunity with the TV timeout to talk things through. They get an offensive zone draw. Certainly, time is running low here.
4:19 to go. Western Michigan awaits the winner of this game for the national championship Saturday night. John Butchergrass, Colby Cohen, Quint Keston. With you in St. Louis, Missouri. Face-off won by Penn State. Here they go. Mack shot just wide. Kaplan on the wall. Willander calmly to Boumediene. Up the wall. He can't get it out, but Bednarik, that big body, does. And he'll get it in deep. Emil Bednarik, just 18 years old, but a big, strong player.
He was sick the last couple of days, too. He wasn't really able to practice. Gutsy performance by him.
Here's Christensen now, under 4 minutes to go. BU trying to protect. Penn State on the hunt for the equalizer. Quinn Hudson with a nice defensive play.
Hughes, Hudson, there's a lot of them out here.
There is. That's icing. Penn State thought they had the race won.
Oh, I thought they did too.
As Lawback was in.
You probably have a better vantage up from your spot, Butchie, but I thought Lawback did his job here and
he seems in front right here.
Beat him to it. And what they're looking for is who gets to the hash marks first. They got rid of touch icing years ago for safety, and so that's the line. It's the hash marks. Who gets there first?
Hughes, nice face-off win to Boumediene. He'll just throw it in the corner. You don't want a blocked shot there and a breakaway. Stretch pass. They try to free Fink. That pass goes begging by Capone. BU's puck management not great right now. Now Penn State set up. Good pressure there by Harvey. And good step up by Hughes. Harvey, Capone will dump it in softly and change.
And if I'm Guy Godowski, the next time Penn State gets possession in the offensive zone, I'm getting the goalie out.
All right. Under 3 minutes to go. Cole Hudson just off the bench is LaChance. He knows what to do now, is get it in deep, forecheck aggressively, trying to get some deflections. Hard hit is down. He gets up slowly. Another hard hit. BU has a clear size advantage against Penn State.
Yeah, they've used it.
They have.
All right, you got to start looking for the goaltender now if you're Penn State.
Okay.
Obviously, you don't have possession, but I don't even see Sergeyev coming out of his net at all right now.
Still 2:19 to go. Comes to Cole Hudson. Hughes. He'll throw it towards the net. Blockered off the glass by Sergeyev. Fresh Terriers on the ice. Approaching the 2-minute warning in St. Louis.
See, I'd get him here and get 6 guys out on the ice.
He's going. Sergeyev to the bench. Extra attacker on. Bednarik loses it. Here come the Nittany Lions. Save by Yegorov. Wow. That was an awkward shot. And an awkward save with his left arm and his side.
Yeah, I'm not sure he saw this one. I'm not sure he knew where this one was. This handcuffs him right in the crease of his arm. As DeMarsico, who was the hero of the regional, oh my goodness, just squeezes that one. Penn State that close to tying this hockey game up.
First ever meeting between these two programs. BU in the Frozen Four for the 3rd consecutive year, but they've lost 2 straight semifinal games. And Penn State has the puck. Dowd along the wall. The net is empty, but BU throws it right into their own bench.
Ryan Green looks for the safe play, just trying to chip it out rather than going for the empty net. And the reward, Butchie, puts it into his own bench, and he's going to have to take another draw. And Jay Pandolfo has multiple centers on the ice. Green can take a draw. LaChance can take a draw. Bednarik can take a draw.
Face-off won by Penn State. Shot saved by Yegorov.
You have to wonder, do they use their timeout? I wouldn't do it because I wouldn't give Penn State the opportunity to draw something up, especially when you have 3 centers on the ice like BU does.
Jay Pandolfo 1 foot up on the bench. He's nervously watching this. They can't win a face-off when it matters most. Empty net, the chance. Didn't do anything with it and got stripped from behind. Fink now, sends it up to Weebush. McCarthy hard around. Comes out all the way down the ice, and it's not going to reach for icing, so BU can change.
Great bounce there.
80 seconds left. Penn State trying to force overtime as Denver did in game 1 against Western Michigan. Fink sends it across, deflected towards Weebush. The dangerous Nittany Lions on the ice. Pass never got through. Terriers. Oh, here comes Harvey. Harvey to make it 3-1.
1 minute to play.
Score. His 11th of the year.
Yeah, it looks like that one is going to be the nail in the coffin for the Cinderella story. The incredible second half run. Penn State, they started 0-8 in the Big Ten this season. They claw their way back. They get huge wins down the stretch against Minnesota, Michigan State. They sneak into the tournament by scoreboard watching. The last weekend, they knocked Maine out. They knocked UConn out. And they found their way to their first ever Frozen Four, but just not enough. Still a minute to go. We've seen 3-1 comebacks happen in this tournament with a minute to go.
Hudson is absolutely plowed over by Lawback, whose Terriers don't like it. Penalty's going to be probably a charging or roughing call here on number 29, Reese Lawback, as he got Cole Hudson pretty good high and hard.
And not the smartest play there by Lawback, because, you know, you're still within striking distance. You get a goal, and then all of a sudden you get into a 1-goal situation. So an undisciplined, silly hit.
Penn State minor penalty for roughing.
I don't see any real head contact there.
No.
But you have to wonder, though, BU might challenge it, you know. Nothing really to lose, but I don't see head contact there. Not a smart play there by Lawback. That's clearly just frustration setting in. pretty much just put that final nail in the coffin for your team, though.
So 51.1 to go. BU moments away from reaching another championship game. They were there in 2015 in Boston. Jack Eichel and those Terriers losing to the Providence College Friars. So Jay Pandolfo, who told us, the wife said, I'm not coming to the semifinal game.
She's coming now.
You got to win, and then we'll fly out and watch the championship game. So that's what the Pandolfo family will do. As the BU Terriers, been an interesting year for them. It wasn't real smooth in the beginning, Colby.
Certainly an up and down Jekyll and Hyde type of season for BU. One thing they were searching for was consistency. Down the stretch, they played a little bit better. They beat UMass. It was a tough game. They made their way to the semifinals of the Hockey East tournament. And then UConn just absolutely ran roughshod on them in that tournament. And credit to BU the way they've rebounded here over the last couple of games through this NCAA tournament.
Gotta love the heart of Dane Dowiak. He's going out, pushing and shoving. Penn State is fueled on emotion as Jay Pandolfo is going to go to the national title game as a coach. He did it, of course, as a player. 1-1 in 1995, 4 straight Frozen Fours as a player, 3 straight as a coach. But a good feeling to get back to the title game for himself and his players and the alumni. And there's the disappointment of a Penn State Nittany Lion team who gave everything they had since January. They've been on pedal to the metal for 4 straight months. And that'll do it. The Terriers back in the championship game. They'll try to end a 16-year drought Saturday night against Western Michigan. Their first title game since 2015. Again, they lost that one. And for the Nittany Lions, it's a program that's on the rise as Guy Godowski and Jay Pandolfo shake hands at center ice. The Nittany Lions will look to the future in the Big Ten. And the Terriers, their goaltender came through. We talked about their season was pretty much saved when Mikhail Yegorov showed up.
Yeah, his ability was on full display tonight for BU. Makes all the big saves at the right times. This team certainly has an opportunity to win every night with Yegorov in the net. Quint, what do you got for us?
I got Coach. Congratulations, Coach. What do you think made the difference?
I just thought, for the most part, we played our game. We know how they were going to play. They're a really good team. They transition real fast. We know they're going to push in the third there. It's tough to end someone's season, so they're a really good hockey team.
You got to get on the phone and call your wife. Get her here to St. Louis.
Yeah, I think she might show up, hopefully, so we'll see what happens.
Congratulations, Coach.
So again, an emotional end to careers at this moment. No one loves Penn State more than Jimmy Dowd Jr. The campus wearing the colors, of course, on the ice, and there he is. With sincere handshakes, and of course he has close friends like Jack Harvey.
And he could have gone anywhere he wanted for his 5th year.
Yep.
And he decided to come back to Penn State, take another run at it. And I'm sure when the disappointment of this wears off here in a couple of days, he'll realize just how proud he should be of his accomplishments and what this Penn State Nittany Lion program has done this season, because the turnaround that they had, it was reminiscent of the 2019 St. Louis Blues.
So we are down to 2 teams left. Western Michigan, Boston University will play for the national championship Saturday night on ESPN2 and ESPN Plus.